The captain of Team Kick.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Don't let the appearance fool you. Dakota Kai will kick your face clean off your head.
I gotta admit, in short order, I have become a huge fan of Dakota Kai.
She's been on WWE's radar for a long time before being signed to the NXT roster.
Happy Lana Day.
And her opponents. First, from Moscow, the ravishing Russian, Lana.
The ravishing Russian has been ridiculed and written off her entire career, but here tonight she's looking to have the last laugh and crush the competition.
Well, anybody that's ever ridiculed Lana doesn't know what they're talking about. She's incredibly beautiful, incredibly talented, speaks like 31 languages.
Byron
was a former social ambassador for Rusev.
Byron
has none of those things.
Whoa, I know, but Byron's criticized all those.
And from Lafayette, Indiana, HIAC.
Guys, the upcoming triple threat match should be nothing short of spectacular.
Yeah, especially considering what a victory could do for the career of the superstar who walks out of here with the win. We often discuss that strategy is so important in a triple threat match. To emerge victorious, a superstar must be able to seize opportunity. That could include letting an opponent do all the work and beating down the other participant, and then coming in to reap the benefits.
The unpredictability of a triple threat match makes this almost impossible to predict. Any one of these three could walk out of here the winner.
The half Samoan from New Zealand, Dakota Kai, has a lot to wrestle for tonight. She's a journeywoman whose motives have changed with every country she's competed in.
When you fight abroad as much as Dakota has, you feel a greater connection with your home, a greater connection with the people you do this for. And for Dakota, that's her family.
Is that how you feel about Burke, Virginia, Byron?
Actually, I do.
We touched on Dakota's experience abroad, Corey. She spent 10 years getting to this position, so it's a huge deal for her. But she won't be resting on her laurels.
Yeah, you're right, Cole. Not at all. A woman that's wrestled all around the world, and that global experience is sure to pay dividends as Dakota brings her talents and abilities to this big stage.
Ruby Riott and her cronies in the Riott Squad have made a big impact on WWE ever since they joined the main roster. These are three women who have an axe to grind, and they're coming out swinging. She's on the defensive now. We've certainly seen her withstand worse in the past, though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't count her out yet. Any one of these three women can win this match.
Talking more about Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad's reign of terror. They brutalized the entire SmackDown Live women's roster their first night and have kept up that chaos on Raw.
Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan will spend the entire day riling up everyone backstage, but the Riott Squad's all about pain once they're in the ring. Now that's what I call squad goals. Beautiful technique.
Ruby Riott is anti-establishment. She's an anarchist and someone who takes aim at those born with a silver spoon in their mouths. When it comes to Ruby, it is down with the system.
Harsh impact.
She should stay where she is.
To Byron's point about Ruby Riott wanting to bring down the establishment, I need to agree with that. Ruby is controlled, calculated, and possesses an abundance of self-confidence.
All I hear is whining from you two. It's because of Ruby Riott's fantastic qualities that the Riott Squad is one cohesive unit. And the inspirational leader of the group is one of the premier competitors in WWE today.
Lana is calling for it.
I think she should stay down.
Super kick.
Oh, talk about getting flattened.
Yeah, she's going to be feeling that one for a while.
And she turns it around on her.
Not looking good for her right now. You have to wonder how much more she has left in the tank.
She's absolutely off her game now, guys. You know, being in the ring with two other women has a way of doing that to a superstar.
She's no pushover, though, guys. If she's going down, she's going to go down swinging.
This might be it.
Oh, my.
She can close the door here.
Man, I wonder if Lana can survive this.
Oh, what a slam that hurt. I see where she's going with this.
One more shot and she's done.
Really seems like Lana is in a world of hurt.
Oh, that's it. That's what she needed. Lana, I bet you feel foolish riding her off now.
Will she win it here? I thought that was it.
Wow, that's pure power, guys.
Oh, man, Dakota Kai just barely got out of the way. At 2016's Clash of Champions, it was another classic triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was Bayley versus the boss, Sasha Banks, versus the champion, Charlotte Flair. The match started out more like a singles match between the boss and the queen. Bayley learned very quickly it was every woman for her.
Lana setting it up.
Nailed it. Now, she just needs to finish her off.
The triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship was another example of the incredible competition between the female superstars of WWE. Charlotte was physically dominant and fighting off the challenges of Bayley and Sasha Banks. At one point, the Queen even landed a moonsault on both their opponents at the same time. But the boss and Bayley put it all on the line and kept fighting.
There were several near pinfalls during this battle, but in the end, as it should be, the Queen exhibited her genetic superiority by fighting off both her challengers. After drilling Bayley with a boot to the face, the Queen pinned the hugger and retained her Raw Women's Championship.
Look at her go.
She's got that gleam in her eyes.
She hits here, this match is over. Slap! Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes, she did.
Boom, what impact.
Some superstars who have competed in a triple threat match feel it's a good idea to have both a finishing move that brings you to a pinfall attempt on your opponent and a submission move that can make your opponent tap out. Given the chaotic and unpredictable nature of a triple threat, that sounds like a good plan to me. Get out of the way, Lana is rolling.
Dodges a bullet there. Byron, before you mention the strategy some superstars have implemented for competing in a triple threat match, and that includes having a finishing maneuver to put someone away for the 1-2-3 and a submission to make them tap out. There are many superstars in WWE who can do just that, which makes them even more dangerous to opponents.
The way I look at it is you can never have enough weapons at your disposal, especially in something like a triple threat match. If a superstar can defeat someone by pinfall and submission, to me, they increase their chances of victory in a match where the odds are against them to begin with.
When you see Ruby Riott, you know that Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan are close by, just waiting to strike. And that is something that every competitor in the women's division must combat against.
I don't like what you're insinuating, Cole. Ruby knows that when you're dealing with privileged people, the odds are often in their favor. Logan and Morgan even the score and pay immediate dividends.
Lana is not looking so great here, guys.
She's got it now. Impressive, but you got to be careful if you go to the well too often.
I'd like to elaborate on my point about Ruby Riott's expertise in playing the numbers game, gentlemen. The result is the Riott Squad is running roughshod over the entire women's division.
Well, we know that these unprovoked, often blindsided attacks are just going to continue, Michael. I don't know if there's anyone who can put an end to the Riott Squad's brutality and chaos.
And this has got to be it!
Keep your eye on this one.
Dakota Kai would describe herself as the girl next door outside the ring. But once she steps through those ropes, it all changes. You would be mistaken to underestimate the experienced Kiwi. Oh, a spinning heel kick.
When she gets in attack mode, look out.
She's got her in her sights.
No way she can survive this. Can she?
Michael brought up Dakota Kai's change in demeanor when she enters the ring.
She reverses out of it.
And not a second too soon. Close call there.
She might have it.
Ooh, nasty impact.
Man, she knows. She goes for the cover. 2! And she kicks out at 2. Not yet. Ruby Riott is not interested in red carpets, auditioning for Total Divas and making personal appearances. This is a cold-hearted individual who wants to take down the entire system in sports entertainment.
You just don't appreciate an entrepreneurial spirit, Cole. Ruby Riott embodies the punk rock ethos of do-it-yourself. She'll do whatever it takes to make it to the top.
Guys, touching on Ruby Riott's punk rock mentality, this is a woman whose goal is to cause a riot. The entire women's division has been on edge since the Riott Squad exploded onto the scene. No one is safe.
WWE superstars need to realize that as long as Ruby Riott's competing, they're walking on dangerous ground, Saxton. And if someone gets in her way, they're getting stepped on.
Kai is the first ever New Zealand woman to reach this level for a reason, Corey. Her speed and her rapid striking ability makes her a threat.
Yeah, Dakota Kai's style is very quick and evasive, and it's almost an element of surprise how speedy Dakota is in the ring. She isn't easy to slow down, but that should be her opponent's first goal.
Evaluating Dakota Kai's offense, we mentioned how the Kiwi is an elusive target, but we also have to detail her striking more, Byron.
You would think Dakota's kicks would get weaker as the match goes on, but really, they only get stronger. Oh man, Dakota Kai just barely got out of the way.
You gotta believe this one's over.
It's always important to get off to a strong start in a match. It's even more important to do that in a triple threat match, given that you're going up against two opponents at the same time. Add to that the no disqualification stipulation, and there's little to no room for error. One mistake, and it can cost you a lot more than winning the match.
Byron, you spoke about this before. A competitor must do everything they can do to start things off on the right foot in a triple threat match. One way to do that is to target one of your opponents and go after them as soon as the bell rings. You're battling two opponents at the same time, so it's hunt or be hunted.
And that's what I like, Michael. It's survival of the fittest in that ring. In a triple threat, a superstar can't waste time feeling opponents out, getting warmed up, or easing their way into the match. You have to go at it as soon as the match begins.
Detroit has had the reputation for being an electric crowd, and the fans here in attendance tonight are indeed no different. She wants to do this in the ring. She dodges that one. Man, this is one of those matches you just like to sit back and enjoy watching.
Vicious strike. She wants to finish this.
She can't take much more of this.
Here she comes on the counter.
We'll see if she can turn things around.
She hits it. Dakota Kai brings everyone to their feet.
Lana is not looking so great here, guys.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Dakota Kai with